Shadows cast by in skies. The oath we swore will never die. The stars ignite in fiery chains. Battlefields where only fear remains. We drop from skies that voids and rays, united under Earth's cold face. Held of us rise, to the heavens we fall. Answer the call, we conquer them all. Through blood and flame, our anger screams. For superman we fight for dreams.
Good morning, you robot-scrapping paragons of virtue. That was The Call by Aspect of Evil, a slower, sadder song than what I normally play, but one that speaks of grim determination, valiant courage, and battles fought that many don't come back home from. We do what has to be done. Speaking of such things, the fight on Imber goes very well. Decay was relocated during the night and is helping to lock down the surrounding space. The Jet Brigade is taking extreme casualties with little recourse and no possibility of escape. They just don't have anywhere to go or anything they can do. And Imber should be cleansed completely of hostile robotic life in another few hours, as is proper. Autocannons, last I checked, are still free to all Helldivers dropping on Imber, so feel free to make good use of them. Give freely. Crimsica and Haren continue to make decent progress, and the sudden infusion of divers to the former was explained to me late last night. Chill 8 chargers as a personal order yesterday. Yep, that'd do it. Today's personal order is to successfully extract with 5 rare samples, by the way, something you can do anywhere. Beyond that, there's just not much to report on the Terminate front. Now, today is a rather somber and tragic day historically. This is another segment of my show where I get up on my soapbox and talk about something other than Helldivers for once. The much-dreaded IRL politics segment. So if you just want to keep your aversion to helldiving, which you are absolutely right to feel that way, this is your chance to click out. There's no further news this morning, and I'm pretty much done. This subject is going to be a bit of a tough one. I'm still new at this whole content warning thing, so I guess we're going to talk about death, murder, hatred, and transphobia. Yeah, we're diving right into the deep end of the pool on this one. There's a reason I gave people a chance to lead before. Today is November the 20th, which is Transgender Day of Remembrance. A day where we remember those who are no longer with us because of hateful violence inflicted against them. Sadly, there's quite a few of us who are no longer here. According to an article on Forbes, that's about 350 of us just this year alone, and that's the ones that are reported. The actual number is probably far, far higher, and I mourn for them. This day of remembrance began with the murder of Rita Hester, who was stabbed more than 20 times in her apartment in 1998. Her mother, Kathleen Hester, spent the entire rest of her life trying to find the killer, to no avail. She died in 2020 without ever finding closure. To add insult to injury, the police report includes Miss Rita's dead name. Extremely poor form, if you ask me. Not a bit of this is helped by government action toward my community, and yes, I do see it as my community. As of right now, 665 bills have been put forth this year to try to reduce our rights, control us, minimize, and trivialize us. And I really have to ask, why is this so important to you all in the political class? My sisters and I never did anything to you, nor do we intend to. I mean, it really does feel excessive. Even the Third Reich only passed about 400 laws against the Jewish people before they just decided to skip to the end and deny them the basic right to exist. How far are we away from that? We just want to live. One such law, my personal favorite, ID H053H, forbids certain employees and students from using preferred names and pronouns, threatening disciplinary actions for infractions. What does disciplinary action entail? Are we going to jail people now for the crime of asking someone how they prefer to be referred to? Does Idaho seriously have no greater problems to be seen to right now than this? There is also a law in Tennessee calling for all trans people under the age of 18 to detransition within 1 year. I am not going to speak on what youth should or should not do. Theirs is a complicated situation, and I don't have the answer for that. I will, however, say that I do not feel like it is government's business what they do, especially in regards to their own agency and their own bodies. When did we reach the point where our government decided it was completely and totally okay to tell people what they may or may not do with their own bodies and that people just decided to go along with it? How is any of this okay? Where are the rebels this country was founded upon? Where are all those people with the "Don't Tread on Me" flags? Where are all the people who just dislike the idea of bullies telling other people what to do? Where did you all go? But that's enough time up on my soapbox. I normally don't like discussing this kind of thing. I like being seen as a content creator first and transgender person at a distant second. So I'd like to close the show out today with a quote from a character on one of the greatest sci-fi epics of all time, Gacrux from Babylon 5. No dictator, no invader can hold an imprisoned population by force of arms forever. There is no greater power in the universe than the need for freedom. Against that power, governments and tyrants and armies cannot stand. The Centauri learned this lesson once. We will teach it to them again. Though it take 1,000 years, we will be free.